get ready for the show. It's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. Touchdowns on liquid air, on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
And I'm just talking and my mic was muted. But yeah, that was a lot of football. Blood pressure was up. Eagles tried to give it away. The defense saved our ass. I just watched Lamar Jackson um, and his ace, his number one tight end, drops the 2-point conversion that would have put them in overtime. Lamar throws a strike, have the opportunity to tie the game, and they called the right play. He had the man open, hits him in the hands, and he drops the ball. And I felt so bad for him. I felt so bad for him. But that's why you play the games. That's why you are in this situation. And nothing is guaranteed, man. Nothing is guaranteed. Just like the that one game, what was that? The Washington game when Smitty drops that pass to ice the game. You throw that pass to him 10 out of 10 times, he's gonna catch it 9.9 of it. And that was the point one that he dropped. And it's the same way with that guy from Baltimore. I don't know how many times Lamar's hit him with a touchdown pass. What's up, Eden? Appreciate you, bro. Peace back to you, man. Um, yeah, that hurt my feelings right there, man. That hurt my feelings. Andrews, yeah, thank you. Thank you. I hate to see that, man, because I mean Lamar played him back in the game, threw a strike, moved the ball, got down there, and just to lose on something like that, that is hard. That makes for a very long off season right there. Because it's woulda, shoulda, coulda. It's woulda, shoulda, coulda. So that's gotta suck, man. That's gotta suck. That's 2 years in a row. Lamar did everything he needed to do to win, and they couldn't win. 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. That is a long road to get back to this point. We are in the final four right now. We are in the final four. Nobody had Washington and Philadelphia playing for the conference championship. Nobody had that on their bingo card. A lot of people had the Chiefs and Buffalo. A lot of people had that. But Philadelphia and Washington playing for the national championship game, the national conference championship game. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, what's up, Joe Santo? That was that was heartbreaking, man. That was a great game. That was a great game. What was let's see if I can find some stats here real quick. I didn't watch the stats of the game. Packers, Eagles. Do they have the let's go to the home page. NFL homepage. That sucked, man. That sucked. I feel bad. I feel bad for that dude, man. Oh, that is brutal. That is brutal. Josh Allen, 16 for 22, 127 yards. See, now when I see something like that, man, um, Jalen Hurts, I don't feel so bad. I don't feel so bad. He had two rushing touchdowns. He had 10 carries for 20 yards, two rushing touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, he did what he did with a rushing touchdown. So when you see stuff like that, man, you can't complain about it. I'm more upset that Jalen Hurts gave up them sacks and took us out of field goal range and took that crazy ass safety. That's more concerning to me than how many yards he threw for, because sometimes the game is like that. On the flip side of that, Lamar Jackson, 254 and two touchdowns and one pick. He threw that one pick. I don't know what the mix up was. Um, but Derrick Henry had a pretty decent game, 16 for 84 yards and a touchdown. So they played their game. Just they couldn't come up with the play when they needed the play. They couldn't do it, man. And in our game, it was the same situation, except it was our defense. Our defense kept coming up with plays. And you guys heard me say, from the first series of the game when Slade dropped that pick. Slade dropped that pick. Isaiah Rodgers had a pick stolen from him, and then Cooper DeJean. I thought that was Reed Blankenship, but it was Cooper DeJean at the end, where the pick drops right in his hands and he can't get it at the end of the game. Not would have iced the game, and we were 0 for 3. But we had those opportunities. But if we get one of those opportunities, that's a totally different game. But for whatever reason, we just couldn't do it. So Nathan Peniston, what's up, Nathan? EKU grad in the house. All right, all right, all right. EKU football for life, baby. Colonels for life. I feel you, Nathan. Appreciate you. Tell everybody on campus to subscribe, bro. Not for nothing, man. I gotta get me an EK jersey up on my wall too. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that, man. Shout out to EKU in the house, man. I appreciate that, bro. But the Eagles had their opportunities, man, and the defense came through in the clutch. The Ravens had the same opportunities, and they just could not do it. 2 years in a row, hits the receivers in the hands, and they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. Detroit, same thing happened last year. This year is a little bit different. But when you get to this point and you lose on a play like that, you got the right play call, your quarterback makes the right play, and it hits your receiver in the hands. It hits your number one receiver in the hands, and he dropped it. And it's like, oh my God. Even tonight, um, Jalen Hurts throws the perfect ball, back shoulder throw to AJ Brown. He goes up and gets it, high points it, and he doesn't come down with it. How many times have we seen AJ Brown make that catch? And for whatever reason, today wasn't the day. Today wasn't the day. He drops two balls, and I can't tell you the last time. The last time I remember our receivers dropping balls like that was when we lost to Dallas last year. We went down into Dallas, and we dropped two balls in the red zone that were strikes, and we just didn't come up with it. So, uh, Gabe, you say Jaden MVP. Listen, man, if Jaden keep doing what he's doing, I can't argue with you. I can't argue with you, man. You know me, I will keep it 100 with you. I will keep it 100 with you. Jaden Daniels is playing above board. If Jaden Daniels messes around and gets to the Super Bowl, in my mind, that will have been the greatest rookie performance for a quarterback since Dan Marino. I think Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl his rookie year and never went back. Never went back. But what Jaden Daniels is doing, and then I don't know if you guys checked this out, but they were playing that clip. I'm assuming it was from Hard Knocks with the Giants, and it was a clip where they were going over the draft prospects, and Dayball tells him, I would give everything to get Jake Daniels. Just goes to show you can find out who's been doing their homework. And you know when guys know ball. You know when guys know ball. So I just thought that was very interesting. I'd never seen that before. I didn't know Dayball wanted Jake Daniels, but it's a lot of people um, might be looking for a job because of those decisions. So, but you gotta roll with what you got. You made your decision, and you gotta roll with it. So, but I tell you what, man, the whole Josh Allen performance, as good as Josh Allen was, or I mean, again, 16 for 22, 127 yards. Didn't turn the ball over though. No touchdowns, no passing touchdowns, no picks. But he won the game with his legs. Now, why is it that Josh Allen looks so good doing it and Jalen Hurts looks so bad doing it? You know what I'm saying? But nobody cares. He won the game. But it just, I don't know, man. Just the optics of it seem like we can't get that type of love. And now that he's dinged up, you already know he's going into the game next week against Washington. He's not 100%. Um, so it'll be interesting to see, man. Did I play with Tom Luganbill? I did not play with Tom Luganbill. However, one of my best friends played with him, I believe. Was he the one that coached in the World League? One of my best friends, Ron Carpenter, played with him. Ron Carpenter was one of my boys from high school out of Cincinnati. He played with him, I believe, in Amsterdam. When I was with the Claymores, he was in Amsterdam. So I did not play for him though, to answer your question. Uh yeah, see, man, great games today. Great win with the Eagles and the Bills. Oh, that 2-point conversion, man. That hurts my heart, dude. That hurts my heart, man, because that's the same situation like when we lost to Atlanta. You had the right play, you had the right player, you got the ball to your playmaker, and just this was the one out of 100 times where he didn't make the play in the biggest of biggest games. Oh my God, he is going to have a long off season, a long off season. Oh, that's got to hurt. Um, Joe, I hope you're right, bro. Because let me tell you something. Jalen Hurts' leg, his knee. When I look at that play again, and I saw that screenshot of how bad his knee was chicken wing back. Woo, his knee's gonna hurt in the morning. It would not surprise me if he had a slight tear. That would not surprise me. I don't know if he does. I'm just saying. That's just my guess. But um, at the very least, he might have a mild sprain, especially when you get bent back like that. And that was a situation where he really couldn't slide. So it was what it was. You got to deal with it, and he just got bent back. So um, but yeah, man, both games in the snow, fun to watch. I'm with you, Gabe, 100%. Uh, it was. I didn't expect for Jalen to say he wasn't prepared for the snow. That kind of caught me off guard. But I didn't think about it like that. Him being at Alabama and then, you know, going to Oklahoma, he ain't playing in no snow either. I never thought about that. Never thought about that. But I'm used to him being in the cold and all of that type of stuff. But he got it done. He got it done. Made some costly mistakes, made some costly decisions. I didn't think he played particularly bad. I just think those decisions, the safety and those 2 sacks he took that took us out of field goal range, those were bad decisions. And as I was saying on the stream, it's not like just get rid of the ball because when you stuck in the pocket like that, you got to throw the if he does intentional grounding, you still gonna get the penalty and they're gonna push you back. Now maybe it's not as back as far as the sack, but I'm not even sure what's the yardage on intentional grounding. Intentional grounding, usually called. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so that would have been a loss of down and a 5-yard penalty. So they would have moved us back, but we would have lost that. So I don't know. I don't know. I think in that situation, it probably would have been take the intentional grounding, move you back 5 yards, but you still have that was a I don't know 10-yard sack. So in that particular situation, it probably would have been better. Uh, you know, Coach Tanera. Yeah, Tanera was there. Tanera was one of my coaches. Tanera was one of my coaches. Yeah, man. Tanera. I'll never forget. Coach Tanera came up to me one time. This was my this was my sophomore year. This was my redshirt sophomore year. This was after Tim Lester had gotten hurt, had already tore his knee at Dell State. I had stepped in and I had like uh, 3 or 4 games. And I remember just he caught me one day. I don't even know where I was, but he caught me one day and he told me, he said, "You look different." He said, "I can tell you've been working out." He said, "You look stronger. You run strong." I just a random meeting with him and he giving me a compliment just to kind of give me some confidence. So yeah, man, Coach Tanera was one of my favorites, bro, for sure. Coach Tanera, Coach Hart was there. Um, Coach Blankenship, rest in peace, Coach Blankenship. Um, Blankenship was one of them coaches, man, that regardless of what would happen, Coach Blankenship would always love on you, and make you feel a little bit better, man. And then of course um, you had Mr. Intensity himself, Coach Ison. So, so yeah, man. Fond memories of back in EKU, man, when we was doing the damn thing back in the day, bro. Um, PA Philly, man, what's up with missing all the extra points, man? I got no damn idea, bro. None, 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 none. So, oh yeah, shout out, man. Rest in peace, Big Tim, man. Yeah, rest in peace, Tim. Um, Media better keep the same energy for Adam like they will for Jalen this week. Their stats are pretty much identical. I believe. Um, I don't believe they will for a second. Josh Allen is it's all going to be about Josh Allen is leading them to the Final Four, and everybody's going to pick Josh Allen to beat Kansas City, guarantee you. But to your point, they're not going to bring that up much, but they're going to talk about Jalen Hurts every chance they get. They're going to tear him down every chance they get. So, um, it is what it is, man. Everybody, um, yeah, man. Everybody just when we had opportunities to ice that game early, we could not come up with the ball. We could not come up with the ball, man. And I posted this on my Twitter. I was like, let's take a head count. Uh Slade had to drop INT. Rogers had a dropped INT. Um, it wasn't Blankenship. It was Cooper DeJean had a dropped INT at the end that would have iced the game. Hurts had 2 sacks in the safety. AJ Brown dropped 2 passes. One of those passes would have had us on the 3-yard line going in. So, and we still found a way to win. We still found a way to win, and we still found a way to win with a quarterback on a bum leg. So, um, when you look at everything in the macro, you know, what can you say? They still found a way to win after all of that. After Matthew Stafford had gone up and down the field in like 44 seconds, scored a touchdown before the 2-minute mark, got the ball back. So he put his team in a position to possibly win the game. Our defense just came through in the clutch. So I refuse to believe that Jalen is going to continue to have these mediocre games. He's going to wake it up because everybody's going to look at how they guarded Saquon these last 2-3 games. They're going to load up the box and dare Jalen to go over the top because we haven't been doing a very good job of that. And when we do take the few shots we take across the top, when we go airborne, we're not coming down with it. And I don't know what it is. I can't wait to watch the tape tomorrow. I don't know what it is about some of our pass patterns when Jalen's back there holding the ball for 3+ seconds. I don't understand that. I'm watching all of the other games. Um, when I watched Buffalo and the Ravens today, I was noticing how far that both of those guys, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, how far they drop back. They dropped way back. Now Lamar Jackson is fast enough to get out of any situation, but still he was dropping back way back there, and he was delivering strikes on the field. Now the funny part is we've all seen Jalen do that before, and it just like I know he said he's trying to do it a different. He's trying to do what it takes to win, not necessarily throw for 1,000,000 yards, and I respect that. But sometimes it calls for that. Sometimes it calls for that. So, but again, the situation would look totally different if um if AJ comes up with that catch at the end. If AJ comes up with that catch, it's a totally different perspective because you took your deep shot and you got it. So, it is what I only saw one pass that got away from him. He threw a deep out and the ball came out high. And I think that's when the ball started getting wet, when the snow and the rain started really coming down. Uh, but yeah, man, it was, but we made it. We in the final four. We in the final four. So we're gonna go after it again. We're gonna go after Washington again, and they get to come back to our house. And if you remember last time, Jalen gets hurt, but we still should have won that game, and that's what I can't get. Oh, we should have won that game, right? So it'll be very interesting to see how they adjust our game plan because number one, Jalen's going to play, and number two, he's going to be his knee's going it's going to be hurt. So they better shoot that bad boy up. Um, so I see you, Janaea. I see you. I'm gonna have the link up in a second. I'm gonna have it up in a second. Um, so yeah, this is a good Final Four, and we are where we're supposed to be. Um, but we got to take advantage of the opportunities that we have. Man. Just I couldn't. Oh, it was hurting my feelings that we kept dropping picks. We dropped 3 picks. Defense should have had 5 turnovers today. Dalen Carter is just a stud, all caps. What else can you say? Nolan Smith. What did I tell y'all about Jalen Carter? They got to double team him. So you have to, when you double team him in the middle, somebody else is coming free. And that somebody else has been, today it was Mario Ojomo and it was Nolan Smith again. Nolan Smith with a huge play. He just keeps he just keeps doing it. He paying dividends. He's paying dividends. Carter is the MVP. I have no argument whatsoever. He's the MVP of the team this year. Either him or Saquon. He's defensive and Saquon is offensive. So I don't know if they give one award or two. Usually they give two. But yeah. Oren Burks he played okay tonight, man. Oren Burks made some plays tonight. So um, it just goes to show you what happens when you get the right practice, you get the right reps during the week, and you get your time to shine. And there's nothing like learning and getting comfortable playing in the games. That's it. So yeah, see, man, our offensive line was suspect tonight. Absolutely, I'm with you on that one. Our offensive line did not play their greatest game. Did not play their greatest game, man. And then I put it in my post. I had to send a shout out to Jared Verse, man. He talked his talk, and he had a great game. He talked his talk and backed it up. He talked his talk and backed it up. So he had a good game. There was a couple of I recognized a couple of the stunts that the Rams did that I saw on that tape when I was watching them versus Detroit. Um, they did what they did, man, and they got home a lot. And they ended up with what 5 sacks today, or more than that, or whatever it was, man. So shout out to Jerry Verse, man. You did the damn thing today, bro. But we came out on top. We did what we had to do. Defense saved our ass. Um, and we in the Final Four. What else you gonna say? What else you gonna say? So let me drop this link in real quick. I'm gonna drop this link in the chat. If anybody want to jump on up, because I know some people gonna have a lot to say. Um, this was boy, you get that blood pressure medicine out. Whew, whew. Listen, I'm back here like in my office, and I hear screaming. Um, I hear screaming out there, and that's my wife watching the game. She was watching it on, I don't know if it was on her phone or what it was, but she was like 30 seconds behind the TV and what I was watching. So when I hear her screaming, she scared me. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I ran back there and she was watching the game. So uh, yeah, it was crazy. Nathan says, do I know Bruce Owens? I do not know Bruce Owens, former Princeton High grad. Where is he at? Where is he coaching at? Is he down in Eastern now? So, all right, hold on. We got Carlos on the mic. Give me 1 second. There you go. What's going on, Carlos?
Oh,
What
playing
up? What
that
up?
MC Chip game, baby.
Man, that had my blood pressure up, bro.
Listen, coach, I ain't gonna lie to you, coach. My ass, no homo, but my ass was so tight. If I
Man,
farted, it came out as a burp.
yes,
I
sir.
tell
The
you.
butt cheeks was tight
That's
for a minute, bro. I'm with you. I'm right there with you.
Oh my god. Those last 4 or 5 minutes, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like it was an ugly win. I'll take an ugly win over a pretty loss any day.
Facts.
And them elements really affected us in that second half, especially executing plays. I think a lot of those, I would say at least half of those sacks that Jalen took had to do with the execution of like the routes and all that. They couldn't really plan,
Yeah.
or people don't get where they could get to. But
Yeah.
that damn safety in the end zone, man. I wanted to chuck my phone into my TV so hard, coach.
Yeah. And
But I
he had
forgot I'm broke, so I said I
he
ain't gonna
was
get another one.
he had, I don't know who that was coming down right in his just to his left. So he had to
Mm-hmm.
get, I don't know why he didn't get rid of the ball, because he had Dallas Goddard right in front of him. I don't think he saw him. Dallas Goddard
Yeah,
was wide
sometimes he
open right in
fixates.
front of him, and I don't think he saw him. So because he was looking at the guy coming down his, bearing down his throat. So
Mm-hmm.
that was a good stunt by the Rams, and they got us. They got us, but he got to know,
Yeah,
you got to try to get rid of that ball some way, shape, or form. You got to. You can't take that
I tell
safety, and that's uh
I tell you one thing though. Even though that dude, Curse talked his trash, he came to play today. I gotta give him his
yeah,
respect.
Jerry
He came to
Verse,
play.
absolutely.
Yeah,
You
he
see
he
my
came to play.
little background. That was my tweet on my Twitter feed. I found that meme with a little boy taking off his respect. I said Jerry Verse balled out. He
Yeah,
balled out big
he
time.
came to play. He did come to play because he. You know what? Sometimes, and you would know this as a player. Sometimes people say that just to get themselves up.
Hmm.
Some people do certain things just to get themselves up. He probably just motivated
Absolutely,
himself. Like, I'm gonna talk this trash and I'm gonna put this pressure on myself. So,
absolutely,
but the elements,
absolutely.
man, the elements definitely played a big part in today, man. Offensively, it was bad, but thank God for Saquon.
Like Saquon and Jalen Carter, man. And I
Oh
was
my
getting
God.
nervous, but
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, the like my mindset was we can't keep asking the defense to bail us out again and again and again and again. Because eventually the law of averages says one time they just are not going to be able to do it. But they kept coming up with big play after big play after big play. It was killing me that they kept dropping picks. We had 3 drop picks in that game. And I was like,
We
I
did.
don't Isaiah Rodgers. I was like, bro, what in the world are you doing? The ball was in your hands. How you going? Because I was like, you can't cradle the ball, man. You gotta put your thumbs together and you gotta catch it like a wide receiver. He took that ball from him,
You
and I
talking
was
about
like,
my man got the reception.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
took it out of his hands. I was like, man.
He should have had that. He should have had that. So
I'm
there was
glad. I'm glad. They said that Quinion might be okay. I'm glad they said that
Yeah,
Quinion
I
might be
saw
okay.
that. Yeah, I agree, 100%, man, 100%. But once Rodgers got in and got settled in, he was okay. He was okay, but
He did fine.
just those couple of plays, man. It's like you gotta. I tell you what, I tell you who was struggling was Puka Nakua. That joker was struggling in the cold. He was not
He
happy.
was.
He was
He
not
was.
happy at all, man. So
He made that one nice catch at the end to help him keep that drive alive to get it to 22, though.
I couldn't believe
That
that.
one catch, I was like, jeez.
All it takes is one.
That's Matt Stafford for you, man. That's how good of a quarterback is. When you got a good quarterback like that, man, he'll put that shit right where it needs to be.
Yep. You're absolutely
And
right,
I thought they was, man. I thought they was gonna come down and score. And I said, all right, they might leave us some time. But I was like, man, keep them to a field goal. Or well, I couldn't keep it to a field goal. Let's stop them. Man, once they got that sack, I was like, okay. That's when it kind of
defense balled up, man. I was hoping that when Isaiah Rodgers got that fumble recovery, I was like, man, go ahead and score. I couldn't believe we couldn't score from the 5. I could not believe that. But that was just them trying to figure out what they was going to do because they didn't know how bad Jalen was. Because I was like, well, damn, if you're going to go ahead and push it, you should have did that on 3rd down. Then you would have had 2 opportunities, but that's when they jumped off sides. Lane Johnson jumped off sides and had to move back, and we had to end up kicking the field goal. I was like, we can't even score from the 1-yard line. I'm like,
yeah, but you know what? That's kind of BS too, though, Coach, because the defense is always lining up over the ball. They're always in the neutral zone. You see how close they try to line up on that on the tush push all the time?
Yeah, but that was on Lane.
I guarantee you that there was somebody in.
I agree with you, but that was on
right.
Lane.
What I'm saying is they line. Yeah, he did. He did.
Flinched. So,
but they line up. But these guys on defense line up. Well, I guess it's fair. I guess if they know that the players like look, they know they can't stop this place. Let's let them line up a little closer. They still ain't gonna stop it. So, I guess they'll let certain things slide. But I hope it doesn't snow next week, man. I hope
I don't even know what the forecast is for next week. I'm not even sure. I just hope it
does. Because I want to do what the heck we was going to do to them in Washington before Jalen went down. I want to kick Washington's ass. I know it's going to be a good game. I respect for them, but I want to kick their ass.
I hope we had an opportunity to do that because the way Jalen is looking and he hurt. It's like, bro, we got to be better than that. Right now it doesn't look like it's supposed to snow next week. I know this will probably change, but I'm looking at the 10-day forecast. Next Sunday it's supposed to be 43 degrees. 43 degrees and cloudy with a 5% chance of precipitation. So it'll be a little bit windy, 11 mile an hour wind, but it'll be football weather. So it'll be football.
I was on Chalk It Up chat earlier when he was talking about after the game. And I was telling him, he was like, yo, he's like, do you know how much? It's like, do y'all know how much Saquon ran against the Rams? I said he ran for 460 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
The 2 games, total. And the four touchdowns that were all over 60 yards, the 4 long ones. 3 70-yard ones. Man, today, man, he definitely played like he wanted it, man. Especially in them runs, man. If it wasn't for freaking Saquon,
he was in the zone
for
a minute.
God. I was like, listen, I almost jumped out the window when he scored that second touchdown to make it 28-15. And I'm like, all right, this game is wrapped. I'm texting my homies. I'm like, yo, we about to be in the NFC Championship game. I posted on Facebook like, damn, Rams, what happened? Then they come right back in like 12 seconds and just score. Like, and they get the ball back.
Stafford took him down the field in 44 seconds. I said,
I just hated the coaching. I just hated the coaching, man. I don't know if it was you that said it earlier. Where you was like they just, or if it was somebody else, where it was like they just didn't have a good feel of how the players are when it comes to certain moments. It's like y'all was playing not to lose at the end. It's like, no, man. When we had got that, it wasn't the fumble. well, it was towards the end of the game. We just ran the ball instead of we had got it in their zone, and we just
Yeah,
ran the ball. Like we didn't even like I was, and then we ended up punting the ball, I believe.
right.
But
I
it's
know
like,
what you're
dude,
talking
you
about.
got
I know what
like,
you're talking about.
it's like, come on, bro. I understand
But
stuff is going on, but we got to play to
I,
win the game. Can't play not to lose, man.
I think that was part of that situation where we didn't know what Jalen was going to be capable of. So, but I
Yeah,
agree with you. I still, and it pisses me off because I was watching the game and I was watching Baltimore and Buffalo. They steady pitching their running backs outside, and I'm like, why the hell can't we do this? Why don't I don't understand why they won't get Saquon outside, pitch him outside, and let him race them guys to the corner to the sidelines. That
yeah,
kills me. They try to go inside and they waiting for them when they stack the box like that. Even when they got 7 men in the box, they still gonna bring that safety up, and that's what LA is known for. They go that too high shell, then bring that safety up in the box, so they end up in the single high. But if they know we gonna run it, that's your extra man protecting against the run.
yeah,
And
yeah. He's.
so
Did you see my Lotta earlier practicing? That man was barefoot
yeah,
on
he
the
always does that.
grass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He next level, man. But
I'm
guess
like, this
what?
motherfucker from
He
New Zealand, man.
he didn't have a good game today either. He didn't have a great
No,
game
I
today.
wouldn't expect. I wouldn't expect it. Like I would have thought it'd been more an advantage for the offense, but it looked like everybody was just having trouble with the planning, and
I
like it was an advantage for the. It was surprising because it was an advantage for the Rams defense. They were moving real good, especially on the D line. Like these motherfuckers, what type of cleats did y'all have on?
well, I don't think that was the issue. I just think they were when it comes to film study, because I'm looking at some of the stuff that they did, and
Hmm.
you can tell they were supremely ready with the film study, because some of the stunts that Jared Verse and what's his name, Byron, what's his last name, what's
I
the
think you talk
other
about the
what's the
defensive
other
tackle, the what
edge?
they got the safety, I
Yeah,
believe, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
and
some of the
Fisk.
yeah, some of the plays that they ran and some of the stunts that they were running, you can tell that that was strictly film study, because um uh, they were expecting the offensive line to do certain things based on the lineup, and when they did
Hmm.
it, they left gaps open and they exploited them. And I was like, that ain't nothing but film study and being ready. And that's tribute to Sean McVay, really having that down, because they had our number a couple times. We just our defense was that much better. So,
And
um,
we winning these games were our B games, man. We're not even playing our A game yet. That's
man,
the crazy part.
and that's if the
It's
we
frustrating too,
got
though.
we got 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks for our
Yeah.
offense to put it together. Because
Hmm.
if they can put it together next week, we go into the Super Bowl. If we can put it together the week after that, we win in the Super Bowl. Because the way this defense is playing, if
Yeah.
our offense could just be average, if we could just be average, and I'm talking take Saquon out of the equation, because Saquon is saving
Yeah.
our ass too often.
Oh,
But if we could just have an average passing attack, and I'm really I got to look at it again, but this might be the second week in a row where some of the pass patterns we run in is just like ain't nobody getting open, because they sitting back in them zones and they just waiting for it. And that's not a Jalen Hurts thing. That's a ain't nobody open thing. So you got to find something else to
hmm.
do. So
Hmm.
I and it doesn't seem like we've changed. So I'm looking at Kellen Moore like, bro, what you got to change this up. You got to make the adjustment. And I don't understand
It's like
why when we
in
go
a weird
tempo,
way, it seemed like they. It
go
seemed
ahead.
like in a weird way, it seemed like they prepared more for the snow than the actual Packers.
Facts.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Like they would like prepare more for the elements of how to. All right, we got to make sure we're. Is I don't know. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna keep the win. I'll take the win. I'm
Yeah.
not giving it back. But I was on LA Rams content creators page after I talked to Tone, real cool dude. Always gave respect to the Eagles and shit. And I just let him know, I was like, yo, y'all definitely earned our respect. Y'all played y'all asses off today. And you know what I mean? So he was like, respect back to y'all, man. Y'all go win the Super Bowl. I was like, shit, let's do it. Shoot. I'm ready, man. But got another game. Washington. When we're we're gonna make him look like a rookie again. Because if you think about it, when we played the game with when Jalen was in the second game, the way that game was going, he was not producing in that first half, really. You muted, coach.
I said it ain't where you start, it's where you finish.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So
That's true.
We got.
I mean, I know the kid. The kid he's good, man. He's good. We got to definitely be on our A game defensively.
Facts. Chris, Chris 3K is in the building. What's going on, Chris?
What's going on, Coach, man? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Talk to me.
Right. Hey, well,
Good,
crazy game.
I'm gonna fall back.
Oh,
all right, Carlos. Appreciate you, bro. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh yeah, nothing much. Crazy game, nonetheless. Glad to come out with a W. Jalen Carter, man. I mean, huge.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. You know, one of the things I was not worried about, but I did wonder, because we lost Hassan Reddick in the offseason. And one of the scenarios I was always worried about is if the Eagles needed to get a stop down the stretch, who is our closer defensively? And
yeah,
Jalen's that dude, man. Nolan Smith is, Vic is, if he's not assistant coach of the year for the development he's done with these guys, I don't know who is, because these young dudes, man, to be stepping up in those kinds of moments, I mean, that just gives me the ultimate confidence against even Jaden next week, man. These guys can. Zach Bond in that fourth quarter was great. I wish the play calling after that Saquon touchdown was better from Kellen. I didn't like how vanilla we got and soft we got defensively, just giving up a touchdown in 44 seconds because we assumed that the game was over. But man.
Well, but they had to do that because they were in hurry up.
Right.
So we couldn't substitute.
So
they were protecting the big play, but it didn't matter because they just basically just matriculated down the field and scored in 44 seconds. That's all they did.
They just took, Stafford kind of took what was there, dink and dunk, a couple first downs, and before you knew it, they were in the red zone. So that kind of happened. I'm still, I hope Kellen Moore can figure it out situationally a little bit, man, because some of these play calls and these, we're trying to kill a game from time to time. It still could be better. But,
yeah, I agree.
All in all, man, I know we pay guys offensively. We got the superstars, but, man, this defense is clearly the better unit this year. I mean,
next level.
Clearly. It's the best defense. And I'll be honest with you, man. I know Mahomes and Josh Allen are on that other side, but I think Washington might be, as a total unit, it's the best offense left in the playoffs. I mean, that we could go up against. So if we can, and I like our defense against anybody, if we can continue to show up, hopefully Quinion is okay enough to play next week.
It says he was. The reports I saw said he was okay and was okay. Plans on playing.
Yeah, he avoided anything too serious. So as long as he's back and all the other guys can kind of because I don't think some of those plays happen if Quinion is in the game. Some of those big plays
I agree.
I don't think Quinion is giving those up, which definitely alters the outcome of the game. AJ had a drop that would have been big, uncharacteristic, and I think
two drops.
I think the snow kind of it leveled things out a little bit. I think, ironically, I think there were certain matchups and things that on turf, like we saw the first game, there's just no way they were going to be able to keep up. And kind of to put a bow on it, man. Listen, I know we love quarterbacks and we love throwing the ball, and the league is catered towards that. But there's no question that Saquon Barkley is the best player in the sport this year. I don't know. I don't know how you can deny it. Like, it's not just his runs. It's it's like everybody knows what's coming in the fourth quarter. At some point, that 40, 50, 60-yard run is coming. And it's just nothing you can do about it. There's just nothing you can do about it. And I'm like, I don't know how anybody if we're talking about value to a team and with a player, not a quarterback, but just as a player, I
Right.
don't know who's better than him this year. I really don't.
There's no argument for me, but they want to give it to a quarterback, so they're going to give it to Josh Allen, even though Josh Allen was outplayed tonight by Lamar Jackson.
He was. I mean, he was 16 for 22 for $127 today.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. But like I
That's it.
said earlier, I don't know if you heard, but I was like, Josh Allen ain't gonna say a damn thing about it. But
They won't.
they're gonna try to the sports media here in Philly, they're gonna be all over Jalen this week.
All over Jalen this week. And to me, I don't understand because I've seen, me personally, I've seen Jalen got us and was clearly our best player 2 years ago to get to a Super Bowl. And he was great in the Super Bowl. Jalen hasn't held us back. And our defense being unable to handle Andy Reid's schemes and whatnot, and the special teams let us down. It wasn't Jalen. So to me,
Yeah.
you know, the fumble obviously played a factor, but I don't feel bad that we have a great defense now that is able to come up big when Jalen doesn't throw for 200 or run for another 100 or whatever they want. They're expecting. Like, I don't know when winning wasn't the most important thing in sports. I don't know when these stats, the analytics and throwing the ball up and down the field, and I get all that is great, but man, listen, we're in the NFC Championship game. We got the youngest defense in the league, and we're at home next week. I don't know how much better you could ask for, really.
You can't ask for anything more. And and you saying all of that, and our quarterback still is not playing up to his level yet.
He's not. And my thing with Jalen, and I firmly believe this, Jalen is good for at least one big game. I don't know when it's coming. It could be next week or in the Super Bowl. But I firmly believe with these weapons and him, hopefully he's healthy enough to be okay. He's due for 1 to 2 at least big games. And what better time to have him than now? Because, like we said, all these guys putting up these numbers that didn't get it done when it mattered the most, you can throw those numbers in the trash. I mean, it's not good for anything, So I like our matchup next week. I know Jaden is playing phenomenal, but the one thing I do feel pretty good about that they were able to do against the Lions that we haven't done to this point is we don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't turn the ball over.
We just got to do a better job as a
Mm-hmm.
team. On this is on offense and defense, and shit on special teams too. We got to do a better job of when we get those opportunities for whatever big plays, turnovers, field goals, things on special teams. We gotta make that happen, man. We fail in that category.
We are, because honestly, today it's similar kind of last week, but today should have been put away a lot earlier than what it was.
I agree.
Because after the first fumble, that should have been the touchdown. The fumble recovery from Kyron Williams. Then after the Stafford fumble, that should have been a touchdown.
Yep.
You had the AJ drop. You had 2 missed extra points. You leaving what? We scored 28. You leaving at least another maybe 20-something points potentially on the board, man. We might have had, if we, like you said, if we played average today and just had a couple tush pushes, we probably would have scored 40 in the snow.
It'd have been a 40 burger.
It'd have been a 40 burger in the snow. You know what I'm saying? So that just shows that what this team is capable of and how much room they have to grow and get better. But listen, man, I can't lie to you, man. The one team in the NFC that, and I've never been a fan of them, but the 49ers, they've been a team I felt like had all this talent. And I felt like if you want to build a team, that's kind of how you want to do it. Dominant defensive line, tremendous linebacker play, good in the secondary, run game. You pretty much complete. And I'm like, man, I feel like we are built similar to that. We got to give Howie a lot of credit for what he built defensively. But listen, maybe just me. I don't know. I want the offense to be better, but man, I'm such in love with this defense because I really feel like this defense, no matter who you're up against, you got a shot.
They're gonna come through. Absolutely.
They're gonna come through, especially knowing what that defense didn't do a few years ago. I'm pretty confident this time around. If we need a stop against anybody, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
Yeah.
And if
nobody's figured out Jalen Carter yet.
Nobody's figured him out. There's not a lot. And how about Jalix Hunt too? I mean, Jalix.
Yeah, young fella got busy today.
Young fella got busy, man. And this team, and like I said, I don't know if we have Jalen's probably a budding superstar potentially, but I don't know if we have that A-list. We don't have the Aiden Hutchinsons or the TJ Watt type guys just yet. But this defense is so good, man. It's
Yeah.
unreal. In 1 year to go from the worst to the best defense in the league,
Worst to
man,
first, that's all Fangio, man. That's
that's
all
all Fangio.
Fangio.
That's all
Because
Fangio.
even when we went to the Super Bowl, what was it? We were the bend but don't break defense with Gannon.
Yeah. We bend but
You
don't
know,
break. We were what? We had 70 sacks that year,
yeah,
and
yep.
that defense is nowhere near this defense. Not even close.
Nah,
Not even
not even.
close.
And players are better.
Players are better,
We're just better equipped, and
much better.
everybody's kind of getting what they need to do done on defense, man. We just got to be able to match them on offense. That's all we
That's
got to
it.
do, man.
That's all we got to do, man. Like you said,
Match
if
them
we just
on
play
offense.
an average offensive passing game, if we can get 180 to maybe 210, 220, we get a
Exactly.
couple deep bombs to AJ, he's due for one. Devontae's due for a couple. Dallas made some big plays today too, and he did last week. So I'm kind of glad they kind of getting him involved a little bit. But like you said, if we could just get a little bit more offensively, just an average game, man, we might be celebrating in a couple weeks here, man.
Yeah, let's get it done, man. Got to
Yes,
get it
sir.
done on the field, bro. Got to
Yes,
get it
sir.
done.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but that was my little piece for the night, man. Next week
All right, brother.
we got the home game for the NFC Championship to get to the Super Bowl. I don't know what more you could ask for. And
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the drugstore and re-up on my blood pressure medicine.
yes, sir, man. I had to take a nap
So,
after that game, man. I didn't know. I couldn't believe how we won and that we won. But I'm not making no
yeah,
excuse. Survive and advance, and ain't no moral victories in the playoffs. So you keep it
nah,
rolling.
man. Yeah, man. It's a lot of those guys. It's a whole lot of passing yards watching the TV, watching the
Absolutely.
playoffs from the couch, bro.
Yep, Matthew Stafford threw for I think 3-something a day, and he's going home.
320. Hold on.
What he had,
I got
320 something, I think.
let me see.
What he had?
He had 324.
Yeah.
26 for 44, 324, 2 touchdowns. And Jalen Hurts was 15 to 20, 128 with no touchdowns.
No touchdowns, but also Stafford had a fumble. Jalen had no turnovers. So,
Ratings were about the same.
Yeah.
Stafford's rating was 97.2, Jalen's was 91.2. So
yeah,
like I said, my issue with Jalen today was those sacks he took in that safety. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. But I think the safety might have been a byproduct of him not really. I don't know how much the knee was affecting him at that point, but he just didn't look mobile enough to get away from that. But
I agree. I agree, but you still can't take that safety.
You can't take that sack. And more importantly, I would hope your offensive coordinator understands I can't put my quarterback in that position right then and there. Right. You can't do that then and there. But all in all, man, listen, we love, I know the league loves passing, but it just may be one of those years, man, where defensively we can get it done. And at this point, we keep, everybody's like, well, if they stop the run and this and that, I don't think we can say that at this point anymore. I just think we have to just acknowledge that at some point Saquon Barkley is going to break a 60-yarder. You know it's coming. So
we'll see, bro.
We'll see. Let's keep it rolling, man. Go Birds.
Go Birds, man. Always, Coach. You got it, man. Talk to you later.
All right.
Yeah, man, he's right. Eventually, Saquon's gonna bust a long one, but they haven't figured out a way to stop him yet, and we just got to keep going and keep giving them opportunities. And I can't wait to look at this film tomorrow. I got a freaking doctor's appointment in the morning. We got all this snow on the ground, but I'm gonna find a way to watch this tape tomorrow because our offensive line should not have been that bad today. Mekhi Becton was getting. Oh, he let some guys go. I think Leonard Dickerson let some guys in. Yeah, the Rams had a good game plan. Let me just say it like that. The Rams had a good game plan. So and our defense really, really saved our ass this week. So, and I got a Washington fan lives in the house with me, so it's gonna be crazy this week, bro. Crazy. Hey, Pro Fan Talk. Congrats on your Eagles win, but I have something to talk to you. What happened at the Chiefs Texans game? So what happens, Taylor? Yo, did you see my video? You gotta see my video, dude. What's up? What's up, KSAP? What's up, KSAP? I got the link up, man. If you wanna jump on. Eric Robertson, you gotta check out my video, bro. Uh yeah, I put that in there for I do these videos now where I just take Caitlin Clark stuff. I'm gonna do other sports celebrities because I got this whole sarcastic video series out. I just call it breaking news. And literally it's just, you know, athletic celebrities just doing your random normal mundane shit. And the internet loses this shit. So Caitlin Clark went to a football game and sat with Taylor Swift, and people are losing their fucking mind. And she ain't even do nothing. So in my video, I make like stupid points. I'm like, it's the first time in WNBA history that a player has sat with Taylor Swift to watch a football game. Like, sources close to the situation report that she got free drinks and food, and she even went to the bathroom. Stupid shit like that. That just is because it gets out of hand. It gets out of hand. So I was like, let me have fun with it, and so check out that video. I'll bring it up, because I have fun making that stuff. So, because really, people do they be going overboard with this. They be doing the most, like my twin sister say. They do the most. Was that a video or a short? That was a video. Uh-oh. What was that? I don't know what just happened. There we go. That's it. Caitlin and Tay. There you go. Breaking news. So I have fun with it. So yeah, check that out, man. Let me see what else we got. Yeah, not CC. Our offense needs to improve, and Elliott needs to make extra points. Man, Elliott been sipping on some of that Gatorade that these kickers is drinking too, because he keep missing extra points. And I'm like, what the hell? We got to make the chip shots, man, because it's like putting us in a situation where it's coming back to haunt us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. I saw her when she was on the podcast with the Kelseys. So I watched that one. That was pretty good. I'm a Caitlin Clark fan, so uh, I peeped her out, but it was, I just thought the people just lost their shit because she was sitting with Taylor Swift. Most folks don't even like Taylor Swift now, but they you got to talk about it because she in the news or whatever. So it is what it is. But will Taylor go now go to a Fever game? I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me. But the only reason she was there, she's been a Chiefs fan. I don't know if Taylor Swift has been a fan of the WNBA, but they always tend to support each other. Like I saw the thing where Caitlin Clark went to the volleyball game, so that's the thing. My sister's really interested in that because she used to play volleyball in college and in high school. So she down in Atlanta. She's like, I wish they would have had a professional volleyball team years ago. I'd have been doing that. But so yeah, it was interesting. You tired of seeing who? Caitlin Clark or Taylor Swift? They all the same, but Caitlin Clark been pretty much keeping out of. You don't see her as much because all she doing is practicing. Uh, how was Kelsey left wide open all the time? He isn't left wide open all the time. Kelsey gets open. You ain't gonna disrespect Travis Kelsey. That joker gets open. He might end up as the greatest tight end in the NFL history. And I'm talking about Gronkowski and others, but he's going to end up as one of the best. So he's consistent. He is definitely consistent. So hold on for a second. Let me see if I can. There we go. All right. I don't know. Tell me. So I'm playing this video in the big screen. But last time I did this, y'all said that the sound wasn't right. The sound didn't come through right. So let me know if you can hear this. Let me see.
Welcome to Pro Fan Talks Breaking News, where we bring you professional athletes and celebrities doing normal things that make the internet lose their shit. Tonight, Caitlin Clark goes to a football game. WNBA superstar Caitlin Clark shocked the sports world by attending a professional football game. She was seen at Arrowhead Stadium in the booth with pop star Taylor Swift. Witnesses report Swift was seen whispering several times to Caitlin Clark. There are unconfirmed reports that Caitlin had to remind Swift that she went to Iowa and was familiar with how the game is played. Sources close to the situation report that Caitlin was seen cheering for the Chiefs, enjoying free food and drinks, and there are unconfirmed reports that she even visited the restroom. It has been confirmed that this is the first time in WNBA history that a player has watched an entire NFL game with Taylor Swift. This has been breaking news, where we bring you professional athletes and celebrities doing normal things that make the internet lose their shit.
Yeah, so that's my breaking news, man. Just being sarcastic. So I have a lot of fun with that. Talking football, Kaylin quiet. Listen, man, I'll talk everything, man. This is a wrap-up show. I did not watch the Unrivaled games tonight because I was so involved with football. So, but normally I'm doing Unrivaled stuff, so it's all good. It is all good, man. We know what the deal is. We know what the deal is with the football stuff. We in the Final Four, bro. It don't matter what we talk about. We in the Final Four. Thanks, man. I'm glad you like it. So I'm gonna have some more stuff coming up in the future. I'll try to put like one or two of those out a week. But I just started, when Caitlin Clark or Taylor Swift just is all over the algorithm, I'm like, come on, this is ridiculous. And I'm looking at all of the clickbait titles and stuff like that, and I'm like, she ain't did nothing controversial. And it's like, come on now. So I was like, let me do something different. So let me see. He just broke Jerry Rice. I saw that. Travis is only 200 yards behind Jerry Rice in all-time playoff and 2 touchdown highs. He'll get the touchdowns. I don't know if he'll get the yards. He'll get the touchdowns. I don't know if he'll get the yards. So we'll see. But I don't know, because I think Buffalo can beat Kansas City. But it all depends if because I mean, man, Coach Spags, man, Spags for Kansas City, man. When I say that joker be dialing up some shit, Spags be dialing up some defenses for you. So I don't know. Spags ain't no joke when it comes to that. So he gonna make Josh Allen pay. So we'll see what he can do. I am gonna watch Commanders. I don't know if I'm gonna watch film of that. I don't really need to. I'm gonna look from that standpoint. I see what you're saying. From that standpoint, just as a scouting tool, yeah, I'll probably look up a little bit and watch a little bit of film. I don't know if I'll make a video about it, but I'm definitely gonna watch film of that Lions Commanders game. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Simply ball dropping. KSAP, man. He known for starting confusion, bro. He known for starting confusion. So Spags is Jim Johnson Jr. Yeah. Spags is good. I got to get my boy Jason Dunn. Jason Dunn is one of my buddies. Went to Eastern Kentucky with me. Played with the Eagles for 4 years. Then he played 8 more years in Kansas City. Fun fact: Jason Dunn was a defensive end when he was at EKU. They moved him to tight end later on during his career. Jay Dunn was I think he was Mr. Kentucky in football. Yeah, I'll probably do some of that. I'll probably do some of that, Stuart. Okay, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that Lamar had fumbled. So, but man, it all comes down to taking advantage of your opportunities and making the most of the opportunities you missed. So rest assured, I'm damn sure gonna go over and look at them sacks that Jalen was taking because I want to see, like, was there somebody open? Could you have dumped the ball? Were you, are you still? Is your judgment still off a little bit? Because he got to be better than this. He got to be better than this. So, but uh-oh. I'm definitely gonna try to get Barrett on this week. Um, I've been trying to link up with Barrett Brooks. Uh, he's been on my show before. I've been on his show before. He the one got me hooked up on Jacob Media. That's how I met Tone. So I'm definitely gonna have to get Barrett on here. I'm trying to get my boy Ken Dunnick on. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna get some former Eagles on this week, and we're gonna have some good conversations. I am going to reach out to Seth this week. I'm gonna try to get Seth Jordan on. If I can get him for a couple minutes, maybe I can get Irvin Fryer for a couple minutes, man. Just talking about it. And Irv will be somebody good to talk to. Matter of fact, let me write that down. I'm gonna call Irv because Irv used to play for the Redskins. So he's got it on both sides. So that'll be a good person to talk to. Quiet as kept, another good person to talk to in this situation will probably be Donovan McNabb, but I don't know him like that. Um, so yeah, man. I'm definitely gonna get my boy. Let me write this down. Shit. I'm talking about all these people. I be done forgot. So who am I looking for? I'm looking for Jason Dunn. I gotta reach out to these people tomorrow. Jason Dunn, Seth Joyner, Barrett Brooks, and Ken Dunnick. Ken is one of my friends. Ken played with the Eagles, but before he's with the Eagles, he played with the Philadelphia Stars with Reggie White. So Ken is an OG. Still lives in the area. Um, got a real successful business down here. I do not know Dawkins. I don't know Dawkins like that. So I just know the people. Westbrook, I wouldn't mind trying to get Westbrook. I've run into Westbrook in different places. Me and Westbrook, I know Westbrook from the standpoint of when we see each other, we recognize each other, dap each other up, and we keep it moving. I took a picture with him couple months ago when they had a health screening for former players downtown in Philadelphia, and I did that. Vi Sikahima is somebody. Vi Sikahima, when I say I know somebody or I'm friends with somebody, what I mean by that is, could I call that person and would they pick up the phone? To me, that's what it comes down to. I'm friends with Barrett Brooks. If I call Barrett, he'll pick up the phone or he'll call me back. I'm friends with William Thomas. Willie T is one of my best friends. He was the best man at my wedding, and we still tight to this day, but he lives a little bit further away, but we still talk all the time. Matter of fact, let me put him down in there too. Let me see if I can get T on the mic so we can talk about the playoffs. Hell yeah. Willie T. Oh, and Irvin Fryer. Irvin Fryer and John Booty. Because John Booty used to play for the Redskins too, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got Jason Dunn, Seth Joyner, Barrett Brooks, Ken Dunnick, Willie T, Irvin Fryer, and John Booty. Those are people I can call and they'll pick up the phone. So I'm gonna see if I can get them on the mic this week. So nope, I don't know Terrell. You know what? I never met Terrell. Never met Terrell. Listen, I would love, I need to get in touch with somebody. You know what? Let me see if I can get Spuds on here too. Dave Spadero. I don't know Jason Kelsey. I want to connect with Jason Kelsey because Jason Kelsey went to Cincinnati. So that connection is there. That's my hometown. We can talk about the Bearcats, Skyline Chili, all that type of good stuff, and with the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? But Jason Kelsey on another level right now. So anytime you got a podcast that's as big as Joe Rogan's, you doing something. You know what I'm saying? So that might take a little bit more finesse and some connections. But I would love to jump on his podcast for like 5 minutes just to say what's up. But that's a pipe dream. So something that's what I'm trying to. All this take. All it will take. Ooh, can't even talk. All it will take is you get connected with the right person. That's it. So I'm gonna be asking some questions, man. So, but I just added Dave Spadero. I'm gonna try to get him on there, and I'm trying to think. I had a connection with Darren Sproles, but I tried to reach out to him, but I never heard anything back. So 8 quarters to the Super Bowl. I like that. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just take care of the next 4. How about that? How about that? Let's just take care of the next 4. Um, McNabb and T.O. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I saw that episode. It was a pretty good episode. That matter of fact, that was the first breaking news that I did was Kelsey, Caitlin Clark on the show. Just making fun of that. You know, Caitlin Clark drank water from the water fountain. Breaking news. You know what I mean? That's the first time. That's the first time somebody in the WNBA has drank water from the water fountain. That's the best sip of water in WNBA history. Shit like that. So it's funny to me. So yeah, I'm so hyped, man. We in the final 4, man. We in the final 4, and we gotta. Our defense is so good. It's not even funny, and we gotta be able to take advantage of it. We gotta be able to take advantage of it, man. And so, you can't uh with everything that happened with AJ Brown, with the books and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, AJ, you might have to read another page, bro. Because I need you to go up and come down with that catch. So if I throw that ball to you 100 more times, you're gonna catch it 100 more times. But I just need you to come down with it when it matters the most. So I don't know what it is, but some of our receivers, you know, we gotta take advantage of those opportunities. When Slay dropped that pick, Slay dropped that pick, and they ended up scoring it. And I remember on the live stream, I was like, when you get an opportunity to get your hands on the ball, if you don't do it, they gonna make you pay. That was your opportunity. That was the football gods' way of saying, "Hey, I'm gonna give you this opportunity, but if you don't take it, I'm gonna give it back to the other team." And that's what happened. I don't. Yeah, nobody hates Jalen, man. Nobody hates Jalen. He's just, some of the decisions were, especially tonight, were questionable. So, and that's the first time I've said that because I don't mind. My criticism of Jalen comes from film study. I don't hate Jalen. My criticism is like I go back to the Carolina game when all of this shit with AJ Brown popped off, and I was like, AJ was right. Everybody was like, "Why you calling out Jalen Hurts with the pass?" I'm like, AJ was right. He did not have a good game throwing the ball, and I didn't think that it was calling him out per se. I just thought he was bringing a light to obvious. I thought he just had a Captain Obvious moment. So I don't think he was trying to throw anybody on the bus. So yeah, AJ Brown is used to playing the snow, but I just need him to come up with that play. Y'all know that the play that Saquon scored on the first time, that's the same exact play that he scored on in LA. Same play. Do I know anyone with an Eagles charity that could get you in touch with Kylie Kelsey? I do not. I do not. I'm gonna try to reach out to some people because going into this off season, I'm gonna be trying to make some connections. And I've been to enough camps, and I know enough people where I can call and they can lead me in the right direction. Because I talked to like John Clark and other people, and it's like, hey, I'll talk to Barrett, and he's like, man, get in touch with the media team, see what they can do. So I'm gonna be looking to make some calls and make some connections and do some different things, man. Because um, my channel, just like the last 2 years, my channel explodes in the playoffs. my subscriber base goes up when the playoffs, especially now that the Eagles are in the playoffs again. So I'm getting bonus points. Um, yeah, yeah. We should have. We yeah, that's a valid criticism. The Becton illegal man downfield. Let me explain that a little bit. Let me explain that a little bit because there's some conspiracy theory to that, right? There's some conspiracy theory to that. So when the Eagles was whooping everybody's ass with the RPO, they changed the rule. The rule used to be that your offensive lineman could not be further than 4 yards down the field. Four. They don't have that no more. You got now that zone is a lot smaller. So you can't just take, or was it 8? It used to be whatever it is, it used to be longer. So when we were whooping everybody's ass with the RPO, they changed the rule. So now it makes it harder to run the RPO because the RPO is run pass option. But if the offensive linemen don't know you passing and they think you running, they trying to get downfield early so they can get a block. But when you have that restriction on how far you can go downfield, that leaves the offensive line at a liability because it's hard for them to hold that block and stay where they are. That's where you get all the penalties. But that was what was freeing up the quarterbacks, and they stopped it. They stopped it. Let me see. Ineligible, available NFL rule. Yeah. A penalty is called when an ineligible receiver is more than 1 yard beyond the line of scrimmage when the pass is thrown. So it used to be, so I was right. It used to be like 4 yards, almost 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. Now you get 1 yard. You cannot go downfield until the ball is thrown. Almost like a kickoff. You can't leave until the ball is kicked. So it used to be, and they did that for the RPO. So we'll see what's gonna happen. Stuart, what is that? I'm not sure. I don't even know. All right, we'll look at it later. Yeah, Hurts just did what Josh Allen did. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lamar people's big game from Saquon today. Yeah, yeah. That'll be that'll be a good matchup, bro. Good matchup. That'll be a good matchup, man. Look me up. Same yards. Yes, they did. My count on drop back passes. I wasn't counting drop back passes. I was counting if you're talking about when I had my phone up on some of the passes, I was timing how long Jalen was holding on to the ball. That's what I was checking. And the few times I did it, I think I only did it like 5 times. He only had the ball longer than 3 seconds one time. So, and if it did, it was like 3.01, or it wasn't. He wasn't holding the ball when I did it, which was early. He wasn't holding the ball long at all. It was when we got to the later on in the second half, and when he took the sacks and the safety and stuff like that. That was where it was a difference. So I'll go back and look at more of that. I can't like again. I can't wait to watch the film because I want to see. I'm very interested to see if Jalen Hurts doesn't throw the ball. Why? How come he's not throwing the ball? Is he missing receivers? Because another big thing is like, hey, I just said, when he took that sack, Dallas Goedert was open. The problem was that defensive tackle in his line of sight when he couldn't get rid of the ball quick enough. What was the reason why he couldn't see? So I try to look at stuff like that, man, and try to be real because I know I've seen a couple games where it's like, nah, it ain't no two ways about it. Jalen struggled this game, and we still found a way to win. But yeah, we got to get this together. So the big guy in the sky don't lie. So we're gonna tell you what's what. So I can't wait to the film study tomorrow. I'm gonna be all over that. Um, yeah, film study shows everything, man, for sure. But but all right, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'm half falling asleep, and I got to get up early because I got a doctor's appointment, all this kind of stuff. So um, stay tuned for more content, man. It's gonna be interesting to watch the film. Interesting to talk on Jalen Hurts this week. The talk that's going to be on just playing the Washington Commanders at home. Um, Sports Talk Radio in Philly is going to be hot. Don't get it twisted. It is going to be hot. So stay tuned. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna go catch some sleep so I can get up and go to this appointment tomorrow. The weather sucks. Hope the roads are somewhat clear tomorrow, but luckily I ain't got to go too far. Um, yeah, man. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Stay tuned. I'm gonna have more information for you. And let's get ready for this Final Four and this meetup with Washington, man. Go Birds.